what was holding them back from joining. When you find out what's holding somebody back, that's when you can hone in on inspiration. With my teams, their job is to sell themselves. They're selling a service. They're selling their ability to, and I have several companies, but one of them is real estate. So they're selling their ability to sell houses. So they have to go and sell themselves and say, this is why they're the best person for the job. Or sometimes they're going to help buyers buy homes and they have to, sell the home. Sometimes I'll do walkthroughs with them, especially when I first hired them. And I would see them. They would walk in through the home and they meant well. And what they would do is they would talk about the features and advantages and benefits of the home. And they would do it based on their perception. So they would walk in, and if they liked kitchens, they got excited about the kitchen. If they liked the backyard, they got excited about that. If they loved hardwood floors, then they got excited about that. But what I noticed is that a lot of people, what they tend to do is they tend to throw darts at a dartboard blindly. So if somebody handed you darts and there was a dartboard in front of you, and then they gave you the choice between wearing a blindfold when you threw the darts or not wearing the blindfold at all, what would you choose? What would you have more success with? The bullseye is the wants and needs of the customer. It's not our wants and needs, because everyone's different. We may value the kitchen because we love entertaining and cooking. They may value the backyard because they have small animals and small children and they love privacy and an oasis to enjoy nature. But if we go and we sell the kitchen because we're passionate about it and they don't like the kitchen and we forgot to highlight the backyard, which they love, we're forgetting the whole inspiration, robbing them of the big picture of how this home suits their needs. So what I would suggest is, if you don't know what's holding them back from moving forward, you're going to try to put a Band-Aid on something. You're going to try to throw darts at a dartboard blindly. You should join because you're able to do this, you're able to do that, and you're telling them what you would want someone to tell you, or you're telling them what your upline's telling you to tell them. You're not telling them what they want to hear and what they need to hear. So my suggestion is, before you sell the idea of the life this can create for these recruits, get to know your recruit. What do they value? What's important to them? What do they want to create? Why did they come to you in the first place? What are their goals? What does their life look like? What does their support system look like? Once you see the whole picture, you see the dartboard and you know how to inspire them. So let's say you're talking to a young mom who has 3 kids and she's a stay-at-home mom with her husband, but she knows she wants to do more and be more and have more. And she feels a little bit trapped because she's not able to express her creativity or live empowered, but she knows she's capable of it and she needs a little bit of a break from home and the kids. She wants to feel accomplished. Well, if I sell her on the idea of, being a team leader and traveling around the world, she might say, oh, I can't be a team leader. I can barely find time for myself at home with the 3 kids. Oh, I could never go on these trips because my husband would never allow me. We don't have enough money. But if I listened to her and I knew that she had these kids and stuff like that, I could say, hey, you know what? What's so great about this business is the ability to work on your time. You have 3 small children. I know what that looks like. And I know you may only have 2 hours a day to spend on this business, but guess what? Here's how we can help you be successful in these 2 hours. Hey, you know what? I'm listening that you have 3 small children. And, I bet a lot of people in your sphere of influence probably have small kids too, right? Because we tend to have friends that are going through the same life cycle as us, right? Say, hey, you know what? We happen to have products that fall in line with a lot of people that are in your sphere of influence. So it's going to be much easier for you to sell something you believe in and that your clients can relate to than not. Does that sound fair? So, right. And maybe you're selling the recruiting. Well, maybe you could say, hey, you know what? Maybe you won't have time to sell products. That's okay. Maybe you're really good at meeting people. Maybe you go to those mom and Todd events where you're meeting other young moms who want to sell products. This is how you can make money just recruiting. What does your sphere of influence look like? Okay. So here's what you need to do. You need to know who you're dealing with. You need to ask the right questions and the key questions to see the bigger picture. And then what you need to do is match your product or service to their lifestyle. The truth is, everything is perspective. Everything boils down to the why. If you show anybody how they can do something, that falls in line with their why and their abilities, then they can truly do it. And you can help inspire them to live successful lives. So you're selling them something that can benefit them, but you're selling it in a way that resonates with them. Nobody wants to do something they can't visualize themselves doing. I would recommend whoever you're talking to, think about what the questions are. What do you need to know about this person? You know, what they do on a daily basis, their daily activities, how many children they have, what their future goals are, how much money they want to make, what does their support system look like? You need to know all of that in order to match your products and services to them. So I would recommend as an activity that you write all that down. What does the bullseye look like? And then when you start to sell something or match your products and services to their true needs and wants, it's going to be much easier for you, because then you're coming from a place of authenticity. Okay? And when you come from a place of truly wanting to help people and being authentic and matching your products and services to them, it becomes easier to sell. Okay? But it also feels better because you don't have to be pushy. You're coming from a place of truly wanting to help them. You truly believe that they can do this on their time. And then when they don't say yes now, it's okay, because not now, later. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to nurture this lead until they're ready.